Hello everyone, welcome to PHTV Channel 4 in Palos Heights. I'm Sue Jankowski and we are around Palos with our friend Jill Stetson, who is part of, or the owner of, the main gal at Skin Trust. Now, we have done 5 programs before this telling you all about skincare and what to do to protect yourself and enhance your skin and just enhance just your whole image, really, of yourself and keep your skin healthy and vital. And so this is our 6th show. This will be our final show for now. We will be coming back in the fall with some fall tips for you. But in the meantime, this show is about putting everything together that we've been talking about. So, Jill, I'm so glad to have you back here again today.
Thank you, Sue. Good to be here.
It's just so great because I think, people have questions about the skin, and who do you ask? I mean, unless you're going to an esthetician or, your dermatologist or whatever. And not everybody has those things in their lives. They think, well, what product should I use and what should I be doing? So I'm hoping this has been very helpful. It's been really a great learning experience for me too. So I guess really what we're going to do is kind of review some of the things that we've been talking about. Okay, well, let's get started.
Okay, sounds very good. We talked about a lot
over. We did.
We really did.
Yeah.
And maybe we can summarize it by just saying, I think that there are 5 categories that you can select from to keep your skin in great shape, no matter what age you are, or no matter what you're treating your skin for, because everybody has different concerns about their skin. Someone may have breakout prone skin, they may have acne, someone may have rosacea, someone may just be, I want to age well, and there is so much you can do. So those 5 categories, I think, are ingredients or the products that you use every day, facial treatments, advanced facial treatments, makeup, and supplements. And you can pick and choose out of those categories. And you said it is someone helping someone. And that's what I love as an esthetician, is really helping people understand what they're using on their skin and is it good. And we talked about it, I think, in our first show. An esthetician, we're about skin care. A dermatologist is about treating medical conditions. Now, they also can have aesthetics as part of their practice, and they most likely can have estheticians part of that too. But we specialize in ingredients, treatments, facial treatments, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But I think it's important to many people don't even know what an esthetician is, but we're very helpful. And the reason I became an esthetician is I love studying skincare, but I was like, how do I know? How do I know that one product is better than another product? And you don't until you're educated. So I hope that, and I feel like I represent estheticians, that we're there to share that information because there's so much you can choose from.
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, the stores are filled with them, and many stores and many department stores, and any pharmacy, drugstore type places.
Absolutely,
filled
or
with
spas
things.
or physicians' offices. And it's like, how do you choose?
I opened a magazine the other day, and there was a little sample of some sort of a moisturizer.
Oh yeah,
but it did have hyaluronic acid in it, and I was like, I know that word now.
One of the best ingredients you can have on your skin, especially if you're going through hormonal changes, as we women do with menopause. That's one of the best things you can put on your skin. We just need to add that moisture back in because we lose it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly.
And that is a buzzword. And we'll talk about supplements in a minute. But it seems like in my world, the buzzwords are hyaluronic acid and collagen supplements. Those are the 2 that are really buzzed out there right now, so we'll get into those. But now that you brought it up, we talked about the real ingredients if you're looking to support your skin through the aging process, and that can start at any age. You can start that in your 20s if you want to. In fact, I highly recommend that women in their 20s start with an eye cream that's preventative, not corrective, but preventative, because then they don't have to do anything corrective as they get older.
Yeah, great suggestion.
But keep that eye area because it ages 30% faster than the rest of our face. So keep that in wonderful shape. But the other ingredients, the hyaluronic acid that you want, the vitamin A, which are the retinols, which are wonderful to really treat fine lines. And it's interesting because that was started by someone discovering issues with acne. And then they saw that it really smoothed the skin. It has an exfoliating action to it, so it helped with that breakout prone skin. That's really the powerhouse of youthful aging or anti-aging ingredients, and there's many formulations out there. There's from over-the-counter, which you will certainly get a little retinol, to prescription and everything in between. So there's a lot. Then there's vitamin C, which is really used to enhance your sunscreen, but you cannot use it as your sunscreen. It will stimulate collagen. It will take brown spots or dark spots off of your skin. A wonderful ingredient to have on your skin right now as we're in the summer in the daytime, and put it underneath your sunscreen, and it really will help your skin.
Under your sunscreen?
Under your sunscreen. Okay. Yeah, because usually vitamin C, there's a lot of different vitamin C's out there, but they're going to come as a serum. And you always put your serums on first so they're closest to your skin after you cleanse, because they're treating. And you want those directly on your skin, and then you cover with a moisturizer or with your sunscreen.
Okay.
And you do that. And then other antioxidants that you can get for your skin, grapeseed oil, vitamin E, those are very good. Peptides, which are amino acids that help firm your skin. You'll find those in a lot of products. And lastly, stem cells. And stem cells can be plant-based or they can be human stem cells that are ethically cultivated. They're not from embryos any longer. Those just aren't in the skincare world, and I don't support those, but those that are ethically cultivated. And the difference between those two are the plant-based stem cells will really protect your skin. They're like a vitamin C. They'll do a little bit of repair work, but the human stem cells, based on the formulation, will actually go in and help repair our skin, because it does break down as we age.
It does.
It does.
Now, how do you get those products just out in the market that you can just buy? Do you need a prescription for some of these products?
They're basically, you can buy, most of the time you buy them through either an esthetician or a dermatologist. Okay. When you get into the human stem cell factor. And really even some of the plant-based stem cells you would want to get from an esthetician or a day spa or a physician. Not much of that would be over the counter. But you can find products over the counter that, as I mentioned, have the retinol, hyaluronic acid. They will have some peptides in them. So you can find those, and it's best to look on the back of the product, and if you have your magnifying glasses out, because I know I always have to get mine out.
I mean, the print is
the print is just, so I get them out and I look, and you want those active ingredients to be in the first 5 ingredients on that list of ingredients. Okay. If they're down below, you still get some. You won't get as much.
Okay. It doesn't have to be the first ingredient.
No, and most likely it's not going to be, because usually water or aloe, because that's the whole solution that the product is made in. It's going to be, those are going to be your first, but it can be, you know, the 3rd, 4th, or 5th, and even if it's in the top 10, I think it's pretty good, actually.
Okay. Those are good things to look for then. Okay. So, now, you talked a little about the stem cells, the hyaluronic acid, using sunscreen, as we all know. I mean, I think everybody is pretty aware that sunscreen is really a necessary beginning of the day.
It sure seems that way.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have that out there in the world before, but now I think everybody is pretty aware that we need to be wearing sunscreen on a regular basis, on a daily basis.
You know what I think is what people... I think people are very good about wearing sunscreen, but what people tend to forget, and it's very understandable, is that you have to reapply it every hour and a half.
Yeah, no, I put it on, I'm done, right?
Yeah, and good. You were very good that you did that.
But yes, I know that part is you just have to make a mental note.
You do, and I know it's a pain. People don't, especially if you're at the beach, if you're gardening, you're involved. You get involved in your activities. It's the last thing you want to think about. But I've seen so many people have come in and they said, and they're burnt or tan. They said, "Well, I had my sunscreen on," and then we break it down a little bit and we talk about that. But that really is the key, and use a generous amount. Don't slight yourself with your sunscreen. Use a generous amount. You know, we talked also in one of the shows about the difference between over-the-counter drugs and medical-grade drugs. And in the medical-grade, products, excuse me, in the medical-grade product area, they are products that have a higher concentration of the active ingredients with research behind them. And in those products, they don't put sunscreen in moisturizer. They want people to use a separate sunscreen because they want people to make sure they use enough of it. Oh. And that's a little bit different than maybe some of the over-the-counter makeup or moisturizers, but they still have sun protection in them, so just use a very generous amount. And just giving you some philosophies between the different types of products out there. But the general rule is be generous with yourself.
Okay, good. You mentioned get annual body checks. What do you mean by that?
Make sure that you do see your dermatologist on an annual basis, that they check your complete body. You can see your face, and I know when I'm working with someone, if I see something that I think should be checked, I'll ask, have you had this checked? And if not, I'll encourage them to go. And estheticians do not diagnose, so I'll never diagnose. I'll just say, when you get a chance, nothing, you know, if I see something like that.
Yeah.
But the purpose of it is that the sun damage can come out as we age. We didn't have the kind of sunscreen products that are available today when we were growing up. So we have more sun damage on our bodies. You know, I was a swimmer. I think you mentioned you were in the sun quite a bit growing up. That percolates in your skin over time, and that can come out as a dark spot that can turn into one of the 3 forms of skincare cancer. You want to catch it early if you have it, and then you will be safe most likely. And that's why we strongly suggest see your dermatologist annually to have your full body checked. And it's not, people will come in and say, but I'm not in the sun anymore. And I said, that's wonderful, but it's all that you did throughout your whole life, and it's exposure.
Well, and as you mentioned in previous shows, a lot of times you actually are in the sun, but you don't even think about it.
I know.
I'm in the car, I'm outside walking the dog, I'm
in the house by a window.
Right. All of these things are, you're in the sun. So don't think I'm not sunbathing anymore. You might not be doing that, laying out in the sun like we used to do all the time. And so you still need the protection.
You do. You really, really do. And you know, a lot of the work that we talk about is certainly the cosmetic, but there's a health aspect of it. And we want healthy skin, and you want to keep it that way. And there's so much that physicians can do if they find a spot that is suspicious early.
Yeah, that is so true. Okay, so now let's move to the professional treatment. So we want to, you know, enhance what we have or keep what we have vital, so as we get older our skin looks as good as it can be. I mean, I don't know if that's just vanity or what, but I mean, we do not want to look like some of the pictures that we see of older people in years bygone where they're just like little prunes. We hope to have our skin looking better than that. So what can we do to slow down that aging process?
Oh, I'm so glad. This is my favorite question. And let me step backwards for a moment, and then I'll come to the facial treatments, because we talked about skincare products that you can use, or not skincare, skincare products you can use every day. And the reason that that's so important is that you touch your skin twice a day, 365 days a year. Make sure you've got the right ingredients on there, because that's a lot of care. And I always say that that's most important to care for your skin, whether you're treating a condition or you just want to age gracefully. And you said, is it vanity? I don't think it's vanity. I think it's we want to feel good. Now, you can call that vanity if you want to, but we want to feel good. We're vibrant much longer than our predecessors. We want to stay active. We want to feel good. And when we really get into the makeup discussion, I focus on that, because there is just something about, if you feel good, you are more vibrant and you do more. But let's get back to facial treatments then. There's so much that you can do. And the reason you might want to consider, and I'll just name a few. There's the facial. And a lot of people will come in and say, I want a facial, and that's fabulous, but a facial also might mean they want a facial treatment. They want something that's a little more active than something that's more relaxing. But facials is a term that we inherited from Europe. It's a term that is used in the skincare world all the time. But I always talk with people to say, do you want a treatment? Do you want microdermabrasion? Do you want dermaplaning? Do you want a chemical peel? Do you want microcurrent? Those are all the things that are in the tool chest to help people. And
I guess you really have to explain to the person coming in what would be most beneficial for their particular needs.
Absolutely. Because a chemical peel, they're wonderful, but they're not right for everyone. And it all depends upon what you want to accomplish with your skin and what condition that we're working with. But what the professional treatments will do is that they're a companion to what you're doing every day at home. They'll accelerate the results that you're getting at home. They can very much slow down the aging process. If you take good care of your skin, and with the ingredients and the products that are available today, you can slow down aging. Can't take it away, and we're not talking about perfection, but you can slow it down. And that's what they will do too. And they also treat conditions like rosacea, acne, discoloration. Many people, because they've had sun, perhaps in the previous part of their life, they will get dark spots that all of a sudden emerge on their skin. You can fade those.
Okay, that's that's good.
Yeah,
that
it's
we have
very
a way
good.
to do that.
It's very good to do
Okay.
that.
Well, so that kind of would also help with lines and wrinkles in your skin. But what about volume loss? And what do we mean by volume loss?
Well, volume loss can be when we start to feel a little sagginess.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Or it can be under our eyes. It can be right here in the nasal folds.
Yes.
And it's not firm and tight like it once was.
Yeah, right. So sad.
Or you can even or you even can have a little indentation on your cheek.
Yeah, yes, you
And
can.
that's a little sign.
Yeah.
So that's where your fillers, and now we get into the advanced facial treatment area, that's where your fillers come in.
Okay.
And they're very safe. What you want to make sure is that you have them done by somebody who does it all the time.
Right.
Not someone that just has it as a side business, because you want someone experienced. They know exactly where to place it. They understand the nerves in your face. They understand the muscles in your face, and they know how to do it.
And that would be a dermatologist, not the esthetician.
Not an esthetician, but it can be a nurse practitioner, can
Okay.
be a physician who specializes in aesthetics, it can be a plastic surgeon. Those are probably more than dermatologists
Okay.
who would do the injections.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, you do want, I mean, that's your face. You don't want to be
No.
doing something that would
No.
inhibit the nerves or something that would not be good.
No.
Now, I see the word cellulite here, which I don't think of cellulite on your face. Are we talking about cellulite somewhere else? That
We
you're
are
gonna
talking
do
about,
something
when I was
with?
putting this together, I thought we have focused so much on the face, and that's true. But in the aesthetic world, in advanced treatments, there are all kinds of machines that are available to help you reduce cellulite, most likely in your tush or your thighs. That's where you're going to probably have that more than anything. And you know, when we go through this darn aging process, you can lose, your arms can start to get a little crepey, your legs can get a little crepey, you can see a little bit of cellulite. There are lotions and potions and machines to help you with that.
Oh, well, see, oh, that's good. And you can advise people what those are.
I can. I
okay.
absolutely can help people with that, because there are ingredients and there are machines that do good things. And then there's some that, but there are some very good products out there that can help. At Skin Trust, we don't specialize in that, but I know people who do, and then I would refer people on to them.
Okay.
There's one called Cool Sculpting that's very good. It even can go into the abdominal area. It can reduce some of the, you can lose some inches with it as well. So you're going to work on the texture of that skin, but you also can lose some inches with it as well. And there's
Okay.
some other machines out
And
there
that's
that do that.
perfectly safe for people.
Very safe.
Okay.
Those are very safe. It's non-invasive, so they're not going in to do anything. They're working on the surface, but because of radio frequency or heat, they're able to take energy down into that particular area and work on it.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
It is. And they get to the layer, not to get technical, but you have your epidermis, your dermis, and then you have this adipose fat. That's what they're going down and really working on.
Oh,
and you can, with the energy, you can. Oh, the world is very fascinating with all that can be done.
I mean, I'm learning that. I didn't know that all that can be done. That's something.
There is.
Wow. Okay. So now, then we have Botox. Now, I think everybody knows about Botox, and people who have done it and are very pleased, and fillers, which we were talking about, microneedling. I'm not sure I know what that means.
Microneedling, and you mentioned Botox. I think what I have observed in the industry is Botox is certainly still available to people, but it's almost, the use of that has slowed down somewhat because people are using platelet-rich plasma, which is theirs.
Oh, right. I remember when we talked about that.
And it's and they're using that with microneedling too. And microneedling is a little device that someone will go across your face with, and it puts tiny little pinpricks in your skin. Now, the medical device that they use will go down into your dermis. It's deep enough. You want to have a nurse practitioner, a nurse, or a physician do that. An esthetician can do it, but we have a device that doesn't go as deep. So ours is just going to enhance product penetration. The physician, when the device goes deeper in, it's called collagen induction therapy, actually, and it's going to go into that dermis and stimulate your collagen. And that helps the collagen and the elasticity, and the dermis in the skin is almost the mattress. And then our epidermis is kind of like our comforter that we put over, or the sheet that we put over the mattress. And as we age, through sun damage, through all kinds of things, that mattress starts to break down. Well, the microneedling will go in and it will help to bring that back.
Oh,
so it's not putting a filler in, and most fillers are based on hyaluronic acid, which is very safe, and they'll fill. This goes in and it stimulates your body to do the work to repair.
Oh.
Then, if you use your platelet-rich plasma, which is your blood that's gone into a centrifuge machine, it's shaken until your plasma comes to the top. They take that plasma out, they needle your skin, and then they'll put the plasma on your face, and it goes into those little tiny holes. Now, what will happen also with your plasma is they can inject it under your eyes very safely. They can inject it here. They can inject it any place on your face that you want. So in some regards, it's being used as a filler. It's being used a little bit as Botox, but it's you, and it's very natural.
Right. So you're not going to have a reaction to it because it's just the same piece of you.
It is.
It's just being refigured there.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, okay, and that's happening more than Botox, which sounds a lot better. The Botox seemed a little, which I guess people still use, but it seemed a little like your face just started to be a little different. And you don't want to actually look different.
No,
you just want to look a little
to.
better than you were.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think the key to all this is you want someone to look at you and say, you look great.
Right.
And they don't know why. Not,
what happened?
What'd you have done? That is not the response you want to get from any of this.
No, it is not.
And you know, so many people come in, and it's interesting with the injectables as well as with makeup. You want to look natural, and that's what people want. You just want to look good, but you want to look natural. And they'll say that, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I saw someone on TV, and they just had this frozen look. And I said, none of us are looking for that.
No.
And you want, and I believe, it's my personal philosophy, be conservative.
Right. When you, especially starting out, you don't want to do anything too extreme.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds good. Lasers, radio frequency. I know we probably addressed that in the past. Let's refresh our memories what that is.
In the radio frequency, I talked a little bit about relative to the cellulite and machines that work on your body. It's also a technology that's used in particular around the eyes. That if you have aging issues of the eyes, it's fine lines, it's you know, expression lines, puffiness, a little bit of sagging, you can use that gently around the eye area. So again, the wonderful thing about all these are it's using energy to stimulate your body to do some repair work. So it's nothing foreign going into you.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the other reason
Yes.
why Botox perhaps is losing a little bit of its popularity, because it is something that's an ingredient that's going into your skin that your body's not normal. Is not normally in your skin. But it's an option for people if that's what they choose to do. Lasers are wonderful because, you know, with chemical peels, you use chemicals to go in and correct the skin. With lasers, you're using heat energy to go in. There's all kinds of lasers. One of the most popular one is what we call intense pulse light, or IPL, that you can use to get dark spots off of your skin. It's a wonderful laser to use for rosacea. You can use lasers for laser hair removal, which is very, very effective for people as long as you have dark hair and or brown hair. But if you have blonde or gray, it's not going to work. So don't even talk to somebody about it. It won't work because the energy is attracted to the melanin in the hair, and that travels all the way down that follicle to the end, and it kills that bulb, and that's how it works.
And it won't travel if it's gray or blonde? Oh.
The energy doesn't attach itself to those. There's nothing. It's the melanin. It's that color that it attaches and it goes down.
So they don't have the color.
They don't have
to be
it.
attracted
so
to.
they're not going to get results.
Okay.
But it's very effective for that. So, and those are what we call non-ablative lasers. And then you can have ablative lasers, and you want to be under a physician's care with this, where they go in. A non-ablative means it keeps the top layer of the skin or the epidermis intact, and it just sends energy down. Ablative means that they're working on the epidermis. So you're going to have a lot more downtime with that. You want to make sure that you are under the care of a physician so you have no infection issues. It's resulting. There's wonderful results you can get from them. Depending, maybe acne scars, but then you can use microneedling for acne scars. So there's a lot of different ways, and there's advancements every day in this world in terms of new techniques that are causing you to not maybe have that downtime that once you had. And so there's new things happening all the time in this world.
That is great news, because there's not just people wanting to look good, but there are people who have significant issues.
Absolutely.
That would be very helpful to
Absolutely.
them to be able to correct that kind of problem if it is something that really bothers them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's really great. Okay, so now supplements. So we're going to support aging internally, and I guess we hear about drink your water and all that, which we're trying to do. But are there also can we take are there vitamins, say, that we're taking to help ourselves out, or we're just eating a good diet? I mean, that's going to help you out a lot.
I say start with that.
Yeah.
It really does have an impact. Eat a diet the basics for just general good health. Lots of fruits and vegetables, low-fat protein, minimize sugar. Sugar has this very significant negative impact on skin, as well as many of our other body parts. And I would say look at the supplements you're using, because many of the times the supplements you're using for your whole body health, they're going to support your skin. And you don't need extra supplements for your skin. But if you don't take them and you are concerned about your skin, then you might want to consider them. Like fish oil is wonderful, and fish oil is used for our brain health, for our heart health, but it's also used for dry skin. And if you have dry skin, you can treat it topically, but you also then internally can treat it with the fish oil. So those are the things that I look for. And the one product that's really the buzz out there right now is collagen supplements.
Oh.
And they're good. They're very good. I have tried one that I just got at a local shop here, and I used it for 5 months, and I noticed a significant difference in my nails. I was starting to get the ridges on my nails, which we call wrinkles in our nails. And
I don't want to call them that, Jill.
I know, I don't like to either. But I noticed that it smoothed my nails out. It helps my hair. My hair grows fast. And I think it's a good insurance policy for your skin. Or it can help your skin going through this aging process. But make sure it's a collagen that has peptides in it and enzymes. And then this collagen is good for your joints, it's good for your brain, it's good for your heart. So you have the full body. Not only are you doing it for your skin, nails, and hair, but you're doing it for your full body health. And I think if you can get products like that, that's worthwhile.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of thing you're looking at more like of a health food store rather than a grocery store kind of thing.
Yeah,
I wonder about the grocery store vitamins and stuff sometimes, because I think, well, how long are they on the shelves? Where do they come from? Is it okay? I don't know. So maybe one of the health food stores.
One of the health food stores. And we have a wonderful one here in Palos Heights. And they are so good. They know their stuff.
They do. And we're talking about Pass Health Foods, right, in Tiffany Square. If you haven't been there, they can be very helpful to you with some of these products too.
Very, yes, very, very helpful.
Very good. Okay, well then, we talked about makeup, and yes, everyone wants to look good with makeup. You don't want to look overly made up.
Correct.
You want to look, you just want it to enhance your looks is basically it. And so what would be your main suggestion for people who maybe are unfamiliar with makeup? Should they go to one of the department stores and have one of those people kind of help you with makeup? How do they go about getting started with that?
Well, they certainly can do that. I did that for many years. I went to the department store and I would want to get their tips and tricks and see how it would work out, and it does. But what I encourage people to do is really look for a makeup that's clean. And that means there's no toxins in it, there's no talc in it. And as we go through the aging process, and these comments are going to be more for the 45 and above, we want a product that's not going to stick in our fine lines. It's not going to cake in our fine lines. It's not going to make our skin look dry. We want something that's going to give us a really beautiful complexion. And we want the sun protection. We have our sunscreen on, but we will still want some sun protection in our makeup. And we also want the ability to have it be a continuation of our skincare program. So those are the kind of lines that I look for. And I do work and I appreciate mineral makeup because it comes in all different formulations. And I think that gives the older woman the look that they want on their skin, and it's healthy for your skin. And that's what I really look at. And there's so many different kind of looks you can have. You can have a dewy look, you can have a luminous look, you can have a velvety look. It all depends. You can have a matte look. Most of us don't want matte. Most of the younger people do want matte on their skin. So you can get a very beautiful look. And then I say, you know, have the coverage with your makeup, and then focus on the feature that you like the best about your face. Is it your lips, your eyebrows, your eyes, your cheekbones? And then use makeup to highlight that. You don't have to wear a lot of makeup. People don't really want to wear a lot of makeup, but they want to look good. And so many women, I think, forget about their lips and their eyebrows, and I'm a big proponent of that. You know, wear a color that's going to flatter you. Don't forget about your eyebrows. They frame your face, but you never want them darker than your hair. You don't want that to be the first thing you see when you look at someone. But you want a gentle, beautiful frame on your face. And then, depending upon your eyes, what you want to do with them. You can do just mascara if that's all you want to do. And some people may not even want to do that, and that's perfectly fine. So there's so many things you can do.
It's all a very personal choice.
Very.
But it is kind of fun to just experiment a little bit, because sometimes you may not know what you want to do. So you can even experiment at home or ask a friend to help you or whatever. But where would people find mineral makeup? I mean, this sounds a little different than going to your regular cosmetic counter.
Most of those, when you go to the department stores, will probably not have mineral makeup. They'll have the standard foundation that we all grew up with. You can get them at various places. You know, I believe Ulta has them. There's Bare Minerals out there. I know I carry a Jane Iredale, which is a completely clean brand. I would tend to go to those places, and there are day spas that will have them, or spas. And I know even the brand that I carry is carried in a lot of physician offices too.
Okay, good to know. I mean, because if you want to change your makeup to something that's really clean and more natural and gives you that,
works with your skin.
And works with your skin, you want to be looking around for something. Okay, so then we talk about makeup and clothes and what's good for people. Sometimes I think people don't know, or they're afraid to try a color. I mean, I do think people kind of refrain from some things because they don't know what's going to look good on me. I don't know. Does this look good on me? Maybe not. I don't know. So how do they go about, what should they have? Like, what's basic wardrobe needs?
Well, I think, you know, to start on the color side of it, like the color you have on today, that's a classic, beautiful color. It's a cobalt blue. I think that and turquoise universally look beautiful on anyone. Doesn't matter if you're light skin colored, dark skin colored, dark hair, redhead, blonde. I think those two colors are beautiful on anyone. And then it's basically, what color do you get compliments in? If you wear a particular color and people are saying, my gosh, that's beautiful on you, that means it's working. It's working with your hair color, it's working with the undertones in your skin, it's working with your eye color. Go with it.
Right.
And if you're not really sure what that is, take all your makeup off, take various colors and just hold them up in front of a mirror and see how you look.
Right. And how does it make you feel?
Exactly.
You know, I think when you have a color that makes you feel good, it's the right color for you.
Absolutely.
Because that's why you feel good.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think it is. And so like gray is not a good color for me. Yellow is not a good color for me. But I tend to be the oranges, the blues, the greens. And you just have to play with it. The same in a lipstick. And if you have cool undertones in your skin, meaning you have more redness, you're going to probably go more to the blue tones. You're going to use a red lipstick that has a blue tone to it. You're going to use pinks that have a blue tone to them. Where if you have warm colors, you're going to go more with the oranges. You're going to go with the peaches. You're going to do a red lipstick with a little bit of orange undertone. Those are the things that you're really going to look for. And I say just play with it, but you'll know.
You do.
You will know.
You have that kind of sixth sense about, hey, that looks good, or ooh, wow. I put one lipstick on one time and I was like, oh my goodness, I hope I can get this off because this is not good.
And we know.
Yeah,
we absolutely know.
Oh, no. So, okay, so for people, you know, this is actually, I'm looking at this little list, Jill. This is a great packing list, of things in your wardrobe
yeah.
that you're like, if I have these items, I can pretty much just go anywhere.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and you can.
So tell us what those items are.
They would be the little black dress, because you can dress that up, you can dress it down, you can throw a jeans jacket on, you can throw a pair of boots in the wintertime on. The little black dress can be used in so many ways and so easy to pack. And it doesn't matter what shape you are, it doesn't matter what style you are. If you have a little black dress, and I think they're timeless. So, those are the must-haves in your wardrobe. They're not a trend, they're not going to go out. The little black dress, Coco Chanel, she designed it, it's been here for years, it will stay for years. Denim, dress it up, dress it down. Boy, and denim, from Levi Strauss, who he invented this for the gold rushers, it's come a long way in terms of what you can do. And at the end, we have some photos of showing the little black dress and showing some of the denim. A great purse or bag. That's a wonderful thing, and of course we want to take that on a trip. A white blouse or shirt, beautiful with denim. Put a necklace, put a turquoise necklace, a universal color. That will look beautiful on anyone. And a trench coat. And the trench coat, that Burberry, he designed a trench coat for World War I for the officers because he had to be in the trenches. And look at what has happened to it. Fashion is my second love outside of skin. And it's so interesting to go back and understand, how did these fashion items get in? How were they designed? How did they begin? And then what have they evolved to? And I think they're funny, but they're fun rather. These are some of the very basics that you can build a wonderful wardrobe on that you can keep forever.
Right, exactly. And it makes your day a little easy when you've got these things, or makes packing, like I said, so easy, because that little black dress, boy, you can just put almost anything over it, whether it's a wrap, a jean jacket, a beautiful sweater, a sparkly top, and you're
beautiful scarf, necklace.
You're done. It's
you're
great.
Done.
So, well, this has been really fun.
It has been fun, Sue. Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here with all of these great tips for me and all the viewers. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And I'm really happy, Jill and I talked before the program, like I started the show with, to tell you that we will be back probably September sometime, and we will transition into fall, because things change.
They certainly
how
do.
You need to work with your skin, the things you need to do and think about. Even wardrobes change a little bit. Makeup and so forth changes a little bit for those fall, for the fall times and the beginning of winter. So we will look forward to that,
And
Jill.
I'll look forward to it, Sue. Thank you.
Thank you. Jill Stetson from Skin Trust. Thanks for watching us today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.